I guess we should get down to business. Welcome to Outer Monologue. If you've been listening so far, you know that I'm just kind of giving advice and talking. I'm just kind of sharing in hopes that things are helpful and that what I'm telling you is somewhat inspiring. And really, I'm doing this because I feel like I'm supposed to. Not like an obligatory way, but I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to talk to people. I feel like I'm supposed to say stuff to people in a way that helps them understand it or feel it in a different kind of way so that we can. I am aware of how ridiculous this sounds, but so that we can make the world a better place. And I've been like this since I was a little kid. And I don't really know how to do it differently, you guys. And what prompted this sort of shift or honesty vomit, I don't know, would be another mom. I was talking to another mom this week that I don't know super well. Our kids go to the same school, and her daughter is darling, just darling, and a good friend of my daughter's. And you guys know I don't make friends. You guys know that. But I really like this woman. She's a very nice lady. And she said something, and it was awesome. And she said, "Hey, I kind of secretly follow your blog because you don't really talk about it and you don't ask people to follow it and you don't mention it or say that you do this at all." And I don't around people here. And she was like, "I just wanted you to know that I do though. And I didn't want you to think it was weird." And it made me laugh, of course. And she's so cute. And I was like, "No, dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it." And I do. I have a really hard time face to face talking about things that I've written or things that I've done. Feels weird. I'm not very good at that. I want people to think that I'm great, but I don't want them to tell me that they think I'm great. That's wildly embarrassing. And she says, "You used to be kind of like," and I don't know exactly the word she used, but it was basically like, "Used to be a bigger time writer than you are now." And that's so nice. That's so nice. And I told her for a second, it looked like that's where I was headed. It did. It looked like that. And then some things changed, and I didn't think it should look like that anymore. And she just said, "Well, you still write like that. You still write like you're supposed to be famous." Oh my gosh. Like, so nice. Like, one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. It was so kind. And it made my day, slash, was terrifying. Because I'm still not very brave yet, you guys. And I'm not quite brave enough. And I guess that's where I'm going to ask for some help. Because I know there's more of us out there. And it's like there's this brave moms club of girls who are just going against the grain. Because not everything feels right anymore. And maybe not many things feel right anymore. And the stuff that's supposed to be normal doesn't feel right anymore. Like the norm, I don't like it. It doesn't sit right with me. I'm not good with that. And I'm not good with sitting with something that's not right with me, guys, to my own detriment many times. And when there was a book deal on the table and I could have partnered with, this famous influencer girl who's super cool and funny and pretty and really extroverted and all about it, we were going to write something together. And then she posts something that says, if you vote for a person or a certain person, that you're racist. And what? What? Because I don't agree with you on one thing. I'm a racist? I don't like that. And then everything I've ever written that had anything to do with race and my own family and my struggles and my husband and my children and things that are actual issues that interracial families do face. Suddenly they took all these words that I had written, and at the end of everything I wrote, it was just so hopeful because I'm hopeful. And suddenly those words were everywhere, my words, and they were being used to inflame people and not unite people. not find common ground, stoke racial tensions and make people angry. And you guys, I just had to go. I had to back off. I had to take it all down. I had to get rid of everything on social. I had to get rid of the blogs. I had to take everything off of all my publication pages because it wasn't just me that I was putting out there. It was the kids and it was my husband. And I was not brave. And I'm still a little ashamed of that. And I probably always will be, especially now that I'm Catholic again. But I wasn't brave. I was not brave about it. And I didn't stand on business and I didn't say no. This is what I believe. I let myself be afraid of what other people were going to say I was. And so many other times in my life, I had been brave. And I thought it would just carry through. I really did. Like, I guess ego. And it didn't make sense that I had to make such a hard choice every single time. But it is. It's a hard choice every single time. Being brave is hard every single time you do it. It doesn't get easier. And this rinky-dink little podcast I have running right now and my little tiny baby blog with, not even 100th of the following I had before that goes along with it. And all these little things that I've started doing again are so scary. They're so scary and they're not on trend, but they're me. They're me, me, me. And again, like just the audacity, but it's feel like what I'm supposed to do. And at the end of the day, I joke about an ego and there is some, right? We all have an ego. I for sure do. But I do believe in myself and I'm not going to apologize for that. But that's where I failed you guys. I didn't believe in you guys. It was not believing that you could look through and see that it's okay to feel a lot of different things about a lot of different things. And that you can still be smart and you can still love each other and you don't have to be in lockstep. Just because one of you likes something that the other one doesn't, or one of you believes something that the other one doesn't. This whole beautiful human tapestry is that we all have different experiences and different thoughts and different priorities. But there are these through lines that are so important that unite all of us. And being able to tap into those lines and remember, hey, she's just a mom doing what she thinks is best for her kids. And tapping in and saying, hey, this is just a husband working really hard so that he can take care of his family. Or whatever the through lines are for you. We have to remember that those are there. And we need to quit being quiet. And I say we, but I'm talking to me. I need to quit it. I self-censored and I shut up because I was worried about what it would do to my relationships and what it would do to my husband's career and what it would do to my own career and what it would do to my kids. But that's not brave, you guys. That's not being brave. And that's not what I'm here for. And so I hope you'll start doing this too in whatever ways feel brave to you. Because right now, a lot of things I believe in are being misrepresented in popular culture and in the press. I'm not comfortable with the media and sort of this cultural projection of what people say America should be or can be or used to be. I really think we have to start over and just get back to the basics. What do we care about and how do we do that? And for women, it's a lot harder because there's this psychology wrapped up in it, right? It's like tribal psychology, and we're wired to work that way. We're wired to work with one another and to not rock the boat and to, fall in line because that's how, as a species, we've survived. And women, we see it still now all the time, like peer pressure. How many of you guys bought a Stanley Cup? Or how many of you got your kids Crocs? Or how many of you backed down on letting your kids have a cell phone? And it's peer pressure. It's there. And I guess what I'm saying is I want this to be helpful, especially if it all goes down in flames for me before it's even started. Because I'm going to be really brave this time. And I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm also going to tell you what I'm going to do and kind of what I think other people should do. And instead of taking it as gospel, I would love it if you would just listen and maybe find places where what I'm saying helps, if it does, and just little spots where you can be brave and where you believe in. Because I think it can't just be one or two of us. It has to be all of us. Maybe not all of us. It has to be a lot of us. It has to be like a whole brave army of women and moms who want to put this whole place back together in a more honest and better way. And for me right now, that's telling you a little bit about what we're doing. Because Well, because let's use that same psychology in our favor. You are not the only one who's not letting your kids have social media. You are not the only one who's not letting your kid watch certain TV shows. You're not the only one who's purged your pantry of food dyes. You're not the only one. You're not the only one that has more questions about vaccines. You're not the only one that has questions about what the government is even doing right now. You're not the only one that is trying to give your kids and your whole family and yourself a better life. And I have questions. I have lots of questions and thoughts and lots of thoughts. And we shouldn't have to be brave just to ask questions and to have thoughts. It shouldn't take bravery for that. But it does. And we have to choose that. And thank God we are built for such a time as this. I want to be brave with you. So thanks for listening.